Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about the general option that is present in the filter. So in the previous sessions, we have already talked about the dimension filters and the measure filters and the options that we use to control these filters. There were multiple options when we were selecting from a wide variety of the available options such as the single values, and there were the list and the drop down options in those single values. And when we were also using the multiple values, we were looking at the options in which we can use some wildcards, or we can also use some different drop downs over there. So now we'll be looking at the general settings that are present in these filters. So be going to the Tableau screen and see how these general settings work. So let's say I'm creating any visualize. To create a visualization, I'm again taking subcategory wise. This time I'm taking the quantity of items that I'll be convert this into the bar chart, try to fill this inside the entire view, and then I will arrange it in the descending order. Now, since I have this graph with me and I want to apply some filters, let's say I want to apply the filters on the top of some categories, or let's say even I can also take some measures in the tape form of sales. So for that, what I'll do is I will drag this filters over here, and as you can see, I'm having this option which is known as general. Then we have also the wildcard option, condition option, which we'll be looking at in the next section. So in the general option, I have these values. So right now, all the values that are being shown are subcategories, and these subcategories belong to some categories. So as I drag and drop it in the filters option, I can see the all options that are present inside those categories. So if I want to see all the options, I can just click on all and apply and OK. If you want to do the filtering based on some subcategories, what you can do is you can also drag the subcategories over, and you will be again looking at the difference between the previous filter that I created and the filter that I'm using now is that when you are using the subcategory wise filter, you can see all the values are right now checked in. But in the previous option, when I was dragging and dropping the category option, even though all the subcategories belong to some categories, not everything was checked. But still, if you apply it, everything will be shown. And we'll be talking about the context filters and how these values can be made in such a way that if you turn a option from the category, it should not be showing in the subcategory. So we'll be looking at it in the context. So for now, I have these all values ticked. I can just click on apply and OK, and it would create a filter. Now we are looking at the general settings and what are these options present inside these general settings. So let's say if you want to only see the art and binder, not in this visualization, and rest everything should be shown over here. For that, you can just simply turn off the checkbox over here and just click on apply, and these value would disappear from your visualization. So this is one way of using any filter. But we have already talked about whenever we are doing some filtering, it is not compulsory that the end user should be technically so sound. So we always choose this show filter option to show on the right hand side. I will again go to the edit filters option. And as you can see, this was one of the ways in which you can turn these values on and off. So this is also present on the right hand side if you choose the show. So what is so important about this journal? This journal also includes some option in which you can try to exclude those values. Let's say I want to see all the values instead of arts and binders. So I can just uncheck it. But what if I just want to exclude everything, but I want to see arts and binders? In this case, you would be not unchecking this part, but also you can use this exclude option. So I don't want to uncheck everything. I can just only uncheck the options that I don't want to see, and I can use this exclude option. After I have selected this exclude option, you can see these particular subcategories have now been crossed. So these particular categories now have been crossed out. That means that it would not be showing in our visualization and rest everything would be shown. You can also look at over here. It says that excluded 15 out of 17 values. That means the total subcategories had these 17 values, out of which it has excluded these 15 values. After it has excluded everything, I can just click on apply, and only those values will be showed over here which have been unchecked earlier. So let's say if I also want to exclude this bookcase, I don't want to basically include it in the excluded list, so I can just uncheck it, and it is now working in opposite as the filter used. Now I can click on apply, and you can see this bookcases also. So basically excludes all the options which have been checked over here. So this is the way in which you can use the select from list option, and also you can use this exclude option. Let's say if you have multiple options over here, and if you can't find what you need, you just have to scroll down a lot. Let's say I wanted to find tables, but I had to scroll a lot down to find these tables. For that, what I can do is I can easily type my text over here, tables, and it would show me the match which is being made with the help of this text. So this is another way of using the general option. Then I have the custom value list option. In the custom value list option, what you need to do is, let's say right now I clear the value, click on apply. Everything is shown over here. So right now my subcategories include the binder, storage, art, And if you want to see these values only, what you need to do is you can come over here and you can start typing. I can type binders and it would give me a match. Then again, right now I'm just unchecking this exclude because I want to include that particular option. If you want to add few more values, let's say I want to add art. So I can come over here, type art and use this plus icon. It would add my art option. Then I also want to see the phones option. I can just type in phones and it would show me the matching option if I click enter. I can use this phones, I can click on apply and it would add all these options. If you want to clear this list, you can use this clear list option and it would clear the complete list for you. So this was the second option in the chart. Then I have this use all option. So basically what this use all does is it filters out everything and it shows every value. So it is not excluding any value or it is not making any value disappear from over here. It is basically showing you everything. I will again go in the general option. So over here, when you were using this general option, you were making it in the basis of the subcategories. Let's say if you want to filter these values based on some measure. For that, what you need to do is first, let's check this show marks label option. This time I'm going with the sales. I'm bringing the sales in this filters option and I'm choosing the sum option. Click on next and it is giving me again those measures value which it was showing previously. So this is the way in which you can use these general settings. Again, I will go in the edit filters option and here again I will use this select from list options, and this time if you don't want to see anything, what you can do is you can select none option and it would uncheck everything. So these are the few options. All is for selecting everything, none is to basically uncheck everything. If you click on exclude and then if you check anything, it would exclude that particular option from your visualization. At the bottom part, we have this summary. In the bottom part, it shows you basically the field which is being taken as the filters, and you have also the selection option which tells you right now how many items you will be looking at the screen. Right now it says excluded 2 out of 7. That means it is excluding 2 options and rest of the 15 options would be visible too. In the custom value list, basically we were searching the items and it is also showing you the items which have been excluded. If you start typing any item over here, let's say if I'm typing phones, so it would start excluding those items because right now the exclude option is not. So this is was the option of general, in which we had three options: select from list, custom value list, and use all. In the next session, we will be talking about some different kind of settings in the filters. Thank you.